Watch closely. The linebacker is sprinting full speed. The defense rotates in a split second. The punch is already halfway to the target. To most players, this feels fast, overwhelming, chaotic. To the best in the world, it feels slow. Not because time changes, but because their brain does. The game does not actually slow down. The field is still 100 yards. The rim is still 10 feet high. The punch still travels at the same speed. What changes is perception. Average athletes react. They see the play. They process it. They decide. Then they move. That takes time. Elite athletes skip steps. They recognize patterns instantly. They predict what will happen next. And because prediction is faster than reaction, the world feels slower. Let's start with football in high school. The game feels manageable. Receivers get separation, pass rushes take longer to develop, windows stay open. A quarterback can wait to see a receiver open. Now jump to college. Everyone is stronger. Everyone is faster. Defenses that disguise coverages, windows shrink, and you wait to see it open, you're already late. Now jump all the way to the NFL. Elite quarterbacks don't throw to open receivers. They throw to where the receiver will be, before the break, before the defender turns, before the crowd even realizes what happened. They've seen the coverage thousands of times. Cover 2, cover 3, blitz looks, disguise rotations. Their brains don't panic. It recognizes. And recognition is faster than thinking. That's why veterans look calm in chaos. To them, it isn't chaos. It's familiarity. Now look at basketball. Basketball is constant movement. 10 players, limited space, decisions every single second. The average player reacts to movement. The elite players reacts to intention. A defender leans slightly too far towards the ball. A help defender shifts one step early. A shooter's defender glances away for half a second. That's all it takes. The best playmakers process 5 moving bodies at once. They see spacing before it fully forms. They pass to where space is about to disappear. To the average player, the defense closes instantly. To the elite player, there's a gap that feels wide. The speed hasn't changed, the processing has. Now boxing. In boxing, you cannot react to the punch. If you wait to see the glove flying at you, it's already too late. Elite fighters don't react to punches, they react to patterns. The shoulder tightens, the weight shifts forward, the breathing changes, the rhythm breaks, they read the setup. So when the punch comes, they're already moving. To the crowd, it looks like superhuman reflexes. But it isn't magic, it's anticipation. And anticipation feels like slow motion. So what's exactly happening inside the brain? Neural efficiency. The elite brain fires faster, uses less energy, filters out distractions. When inexperienced players feel pressure, the mind speeds up in the wrong way. Thoughts race, vision narrows, decision making slows, but elite athletes stay calm, and calm widens perception. They don't see everything, they see what matters and ignore the rest. That clarity compresses time. This is why the jump from high school to college feels overwhelming, and the jump from college to the pros feels impossible. It's not just strength, it's not just speed, it's processing speed. At higher levels, everyone is athletic. The difference is who can interpret the chaos faster, who can recognize patterns quicker, who can predict instead of react. The game never slows down, the field doesn't shrink, the court doesn't expand. The punches don't soften, but the mind adapts. Experience builds pattern libraries. Repetition builds anticipation. Calm builds clarity. And when you can predict the future by a fraction of a second, everything looks slow. The best athletes don't have better time. They have better perceptions. They don't react to the present. They anticipate the next moment. And in that tiny gap between reaction and prediction is where greatness lives. So a personal story in the making of this video. The reason I came up with the idea was because in high school, I remember watching the eyes of a player called Mackensie Alexander, who played for the Vikings, was a second-round pick by Minnesota from Clemson, was awesome in college, left early for the draft as he was only a redshirt sophomore. He was that good and that much better than everybody else. But I saw him when he played at Immokalee High School in a playoff game versus Lehigh Senior High School. I watched as a good friend of mine, he was playing running back for Lehigh, broke out. It was almost a 90-some yard touchdown, 90 yard touchdown. I watched as Mackensie looked at him. Everybody else basically quit. They saw the running back break into the open field and they realized, or they thought, that we can't catch him. I watched Mackensie turn, sprint from a dead stop. Remember, the running back was full sprinting, running towards the end zone. Caught him within 20 yards of the end zone. And other examples of this, you see, like, if you go out and play, say you're 15 years old, anywhere from 15 to 35, right? And say you've been playing basketball, but you stopped playing. If you go out and play against some children, some kids, right? And let's say you go out and play against 7 to 10-year-old, what they're doing is gonna look bad to you. It's gonna look like they trash unless they're elite players. And it looks that way because to you, the game is moving much faster and their skills are much more limited to yours, even if you're a couch potato and they got more speed and stamina. That's why we see veterans are always going to be the best players, because they're going to break down the game faster. And that's why when you hear athletes talk about their prime, they're mentioning when they're at their highest athleticism and their greatest mental processing speed. And that's what you see all the time when an athlete mention their time. D Rose before the injury, Michael Jordan really throughout his whole career, but especially in the early 90s, was a different beast. He still had the athleticism. You still had Kobe. It's a lot of debate between number 8 and number 24. Kobe himself said it was during the time, during number 8, when I think he said 05, 06, he felt like it was his best combined version of himself defensively and offensively. We see now modern day between Shakur Stevenson, right? Elite processing speed makes him hard to hit. Everybody says it's damn near impossible to hit Shakur, and we just saw the amazing performance he put on against Tio. Same thing with Devin Haney. It's hard to hit him. Lomachenko. These guys have elite processing speed and time inside their minds to be able to dodge punches, counter punches. One of the GOATs, Terrence Crawford, an excellent counter puncher. He knows how to read setups, knows what you're going to do before you do it. Therefore, when you actually do make your move, hits you with a devastating counter to what you've thrown. And again, to the average eye, it looks like these guys are moving at 1,000 miles per hour. But to them, it looks slow. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I enjoy making this type of video. Plan to make more in the future. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you.